1804s. Hopefully they can hold a GoPro, because my main aim with this 3.5 build is to be able to hold a GoPro. Usually I'm making skate videos, but today I'm making my first FPV drone video. I've just got a package and it's my first ever real build. Let's get this build underway and see if we can get something like this from this. Oh, the little kid at Christmas. Flywoo antenna. Annoyingly, I bought some Whoop props. 2 packs of Whoop props. That's my first error. We bought 4 of the Nova 1804s. So we've got 4 motors ready to go. Oh, this is the VTX. Oh, we have the SpeedyBee flight controller stack, SpeedyBee F405. Super excited to get that one on the go. 35 amps compared to the 20 amps from the Crux 35. Contents that's included in that SpeedyBee. You've got the M2, which I believe I need. Yeah, I don't need the M3. M3, the capacitor. I've just been doing some barred wall research, and you can get this one the wrong way around when you're inserting it. So I need to make sure I get the polarization the right way around on that. Got the power and the ESC to flight controller cable. I got the Runcam Phoenix Nano too. Got Foxeer ELRS receiver. Oh my god, that's tiny. I can't get over how small that is. That's a nice antenna. Oh, this is going to be my best build. This frame here, but in this packaging. Let's get building. Stickers. Nick Burns shout out. This is what you get in the pack anyway. First mistake. Got to make sure that these on the Volador are facing out and not in. I had this gummy the wrong way around. I've already put this frame together, but I'm now looking at Lionel Tan's video to put the frame together again, because I thought I'd be able to do it, but I can't remember. So here we go, back to tutorial videos. We start off with the M2 9mm. This bit was really difficult last time. Yep. Way. Oh, middle bit's in, making sure that all these holes are facing out. Little tip that I learned over many times of threading bolts. Remember this bit being a bit fiddly last time? To help you not thread a screw on the thing, because that's a day ruiner when you thread it. I reverse screw first of all, and then you can feel it latch, and then just screw the other way a little bit, and if it's nice and easy, just keep going and it's going to go down. I forgot this one's really difficult because it's very tightly fitted, so at any angle doesn't go in. So that's that one in, and it's also good just not to, what I've done right now, not to tighten them all straight away. Nice 90 degrees, loose, there we go. I've actually got to the easiest point now, but I forgot to put this little gummy in here, and this will help if you hit anything, land on grass, wet grass. This can stop any liquid getting into the bottom of the ESC, so I definitely need to put this one back in. That is going to stop any liquid getting into the ESC as easily. Right, standoff time. Long ones at the front and short ones at the back.
Actually, it gets really easy from here on out.
This is something that I got wrong the first time. Read your packaging left, so make sure it goes on the left, because this really confused me the first time. I put them the wrong way around and the camera wouldn't fit. Always make sure your camera mounts are the right way around. So for this short section, I managed to lose the sound, and I used my M2 screws to put the FC and the ESC on the inner 20mm separators. That ribbon cable later on had me, I hadn't pushed it in properly, and one of the motors wasn't working, and I think that it was because I hadn't pushed in the ESC ribbon cable enough, and it kept failing. And for some reason, I skip out the whole part of me soldering my motors on. Very difficult. I realised that I hadn't used enough solder on the... I was trying not to like bridge a gap, and unfortunately didn't put enough solder on, which meant an hour of just doing the first cable, and then after I realised, and after that it was fairly simple. The VTX is there. I used the rubber grommets from the M2 pack with the FlyFish frame, and that is all of it put together. I managed to get the VTX wires wrong. These are for the camera and these are for the board, and I managed to have them the wrong way round. So, moment of truth. Have I built my first quad? And right now I should be using a multimeter, but I do not have a multimeter, and I've spent a long time making sure the soldering's right. For this part here, I would strongly recommend getting one of these, a smoke stopper. It costs £8 from Unmanned Tech. Let's find out, shall we, please God? Oh. Oh, baby, baby. That looks like it's working. Oh yes. Wow, I've been to hell and back with this thing. But here we are. Couldn't get this motor to work. This motor would not spin. I took it apart. Something to note, and actually it's still a good point, is bits of solder had flicked onto the table, and I don't know whether the motor had been supplied with bits in or whether it had soaked it up from the table, but there was bits of metal in there. The motor wouldn't spin, so I cleaned the motor out, still wouldn't spin, because that was a coincidence as well, that it just happened to be the one that wouldn't spin. Cleaned it out, put it back on, wouldn't spin. I then tried to use this motor and that one didn't work, so I was like, I don't know what to do. ChatGPT and Google came to the conclusion that the ESC could be buggered, or to check the cables. Now I have no idea what happened, but I pushed the cables back in the FC and the ESC. That colourful one there, like a rainbow, goes on onto the ESC underneath. I pushed them both in and went on ESC configurator, and ESC configurator had all the motors going, so I have no idea what happened there, but it works now. It's all hooked up. I've got the ELRS onto my binding phrase. So this one, the T is the ELRS, so that one is this. That's so these are meant to slot in on the tail. So these are meant to slot on down here. Battery grip, very, very important. This is looking beastly with these motors on. Well, I'm going to give it a test. Oh no, I'm not. I need to put the propellers on. What a day! Oh, I need to get a battery strap. I have been doing this since about 10:30. Lots of troubleshooting with the motor not working, and me thinking that the motor was dead. Then the ESC was dead. Then it just seemed that the plug needed to be pushed in. At least that's all I can tell. I'm going to get a strap and I'm going to try and test it out. See if we've got the motors the right way around for the propellers. Otherwise it's going to flip out. Let's find out. Moment of truth. Please God, don't fly off into oblivion. Right, it's arm in. I can see something on my VTX. Put it into angle mode. There we go, there we go, there we go. We've done it. It is flying. Ooh. So there we have it. I have done my first build. And those motors are powerful. I nearly hit the roof and my sister would not have been happy. That is awesome. I can't wait to go and fly this thing. It's going to be fun. What a fun little build that was. 8 hours wasted of my life. Good times. This is Robert Ayton from the future, and I have changed the Runcam Phoenix 2 Nano to this little bad boy. So much better. The Caddx Ratel 2, absolutely love it. I've had it on my Crux 35 build because when I crashed that, the camera died. and I replaced it with this one, and I love the quality that comes out of this camera for Analogue is amazing. So the Phoenix 2 is now on here. I hate Runcam. I think that the quality of their stuff is crap. I have ruined the thumb. This is my second thumb cam broken. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. Hate Runcam, and they say it's my fault even though their products are shit. So this is now in my Cinewhoop. I've got my GoPro 9 and I've got my GoPro Hero Session 5, which I put on this one, just about holds it, and I get about 4 minutes out of that bad boy. Darwin FPV. And now I'm just going to talk about my build a month on, over the top of footage that I've taken with it, and I love it. 3.5 inch, really good. I've upgraded the batteries. I did change the XT30 to an XT60, and I have some Speedy Pizza 1200 mAh. I'd say I get probably about 4 to 6 minutes depending on how I'm flying with these ones, and then my 850s probably 3 to 4 minutes. And I think I prefer my 850s to this still, which I use with an adapter now because I'm silly. And yeah, things I've learned. I tried to do a little bit of modification to my Crux 35 and needed a smoke stopper. It's still going somehow. My Crux 35 still flies somehow. It's been to hell and back and it still goes. I've got some buzzers now which are so useful. When you're flying in long grass, you need a buzzer, so I really recommend a buzzer. Still absolutely my favourite build just to have fun and fly is the Crux 35 with the SpeedyBee 3.5 frame. I much prefer these Whoop props which I bought by accident. They are a pitch 3 and these are a pitch 2 HQProp, the 3.5 normal ones. These are pitch 2 and I have been using these. I think you get a slightly longer battery time. I have to use the throttle a lot more with these for it to go up, whereas the Cinewhoop ones, pitch 3, just brilliant, really good, especially with the GoPro on it. These are okay, but like I said, there's not enough torque. There's not enough torque in these ones. I used a horrible 8-pound soldering iron from Screwfix, and I've actually upgraded to this bad boy because this just makes things so much easier, so much more simple. This is just USB-C powered as well, plug in and go, whereas the big old one I was using from Screwfix, yeah, definitely get yourself one of these, and using a lot of solder. So hopefully you've enjoyed the footage that I've been getting with the GoPros on my first ever build. Balance cable to USB-C to charge the GoPro, so take the battery out, bit less weight. Anyone that loves tinkering around, definitely build yourself a drone, really fun. And if you enjoyed that, subscribe and like for more. Oh, brilliant.